Hi, it's Marci Chavalas, and it's story time. Today's story is from the Ordinary People Change the World series, and it's called I Am Oprah Winfrey. If you are an AR reader, this is an AR book. It's quiz number 513526, level 3.7, and it's worth half a point. And it's written by Brad Meltzer. I enjoy reading these stories. I love the illustrations. It's like watching a cartoon. And I love that they're biographies. Biographies are stories about real people's real lives. And I'm looking forward to learning more about Oprah Winfrey. Let's turn our book over and get a preview. I am Oprah Winfrey. I know that to live your best life, you need to be your true self. I'm excited. I want to read more about being my true self, and I'm curious about Oprah Winfrey's life. I know a little bit about her, but I'd love to know her story. Don't you? All right, well, let's go. Let's read along together. Let's grow. Oh, here's a little clue about what we're going to be reading. I'll read a little bit more about that to give us an idea of what we'll read today. Before Oprah Winfrey was a cultural icon, she was a young girl living in poverty. That means you don't have very much stuff. Who knew she could do anything. Through her perseverance and powerful speeches, she carved out a space for herself in the entertainment industry and proved that, to succeed, she didn't need to be anyone other than herself. Even as she became more powerful and famous, she never forgot the real greatness comes from helping others. That's very inspirational. I can definitely identify with helping others. That's something I love to do with this channel, reading books for you and sharing math lessons so that you can have the things you need to grow. All right, you guys ready to read? Let's grow. I am Oprah Winfrey. Oh, look at all the people listening to her. That's so fun. I wonder what that would be like. I was born in Mississippi and grew up on my grandparents' farm. We had no TV, no telephone. There wasn't even a bathroom in our house. Oprah, did you get the water from the well? I got it. Wow, boys and girls. Is that how you're living now? Do you have a TV, a telephone? Do you have a bathroom in your house? Or are you like Oprah and you didn't have those things? Do you think she'll be able to be successful even without those things? I think so. We were so poor, my overalls were made from potato sacks. Other kids would tease me. Sack girl! Look at that sack girl! Isn't that a kind thing to do? No, that's really mean to make fun of someone for the things that they're wearing. Look at her face. She feels embarrassed and sad. That's not okay. On the farm, I spent a lot of time alone. To entertain myself, I'd give speeches to the cows. Can I get an amen? Moo. Looks like the cow really liked her speech. Money was so tight, the only day I wore shoes was on Sunday. Wow, she couldn't even wear shoes. I wonder how that would be like to not have some of the things that most people have. That might be really tough. When we'd go to church. At 3 years old, I'd recite Bible verses in front of everyone. And now, little Mistress Winfrey will render a recitation. All the angels did proclaim, hallelujah, hallelujah. Woo, that child can speak. Every Sunday, while speaking to the congregation, I felt good. I felt like my real self. I am master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That girl has talent. She's gifted, I tell you. I didn't know what gifted meant. I figured it meant I was special. I started to believe it. Wow. I'm going to make a connection. Connections are where you connect some part of your story or your interest with what's happening in the book. I have a connection with Oprah. I grew up going to church and I still do go to church. And I love speaking at church. And when I was little, I used to recite Bible verses too, just like Oprah did. So I can definitely see myself in this story. Good readers make connections with what they read. I remember watching my grandmother wash our clothes when I was 4 years old and thinking, my life won't be like this. It will be better. You think you could do this one day, sweetie? Actually, I think I can do anything. My grandmother gave me one of the greatest gifts of all. She taught me how to read. Sound it out now, sweetie. Sometimes all you need is someone to believe in you. In kindergarten, I wrote my teacher a note to say, I do not belong here because I can read, and I know a lot of big words like elephant and hippopotamus. The next day, she moved me to the first grade. Wow, she was using her voice to communicate what she needed, and she was able to be heard. That's amazing. A good teacher can change your life. In fourth grade, Mrs. Duncan told me I was the smartest girl she'd ever seen. You ready for another book? Absolutely. Wow. Here are 3 different people in Oprah's life that are encouraging her and helping her to grow. Do you have those people? Well, I hope by reading stories like this one, you've got that. I can help you. Maybe you have a family member or a friend or a teacher that's helping you learn how to do math or read so that you can be your best self. Of course, that didn't mean my life was easy. At 6 years old, I moved away from my grandparents. My mom and I couldn't afford a dog or cat, so I'd make pets out of cockroaches. I'll call you Melinda and Sandy. Oprah, what are you up to now? Life is even more difficult when you're hard on yourself. At 8 years old, I thought my skin was too dark, and I hated my wide nose so much that I'd sleep with a clothespin on it to try to make it smaller. Oprah, what are you up to now? Oh, that makes me feel sad. Oprah did not like the way she looked because a lot of people did not look like her. And sometimes people around her liked the way other people looked better. And so she felt ashamed of the way she looked. But she's beautiful just the way she is. And I hope that as we read this story, we'll find out that she learned to love her nose and her skin, everything else about her, because she's been made special. Sometimes people didn't take care of me properly, and I felt all alone. Oprah, are you okay? I don't think so. Thankfully, even in the darkness, I was able to find light. At 10 years old, I saw Sidney Poitier win the Academy Award for Best Actor. I'd never seen a black man celebrated like that. If he can do that, what can I do? A few months later, I saw the Supremes singing on TV. I'd never seen a black woman with so much talent and grace. That night changed my life. It's one of television's greatest roles, to inspire us and give us hope. Want to know what gave me the most hope, though? It's the thing you're doing right now, reading. Eventually, I moved in with my dad and stepmother who wanted me to read a book a week. Then, you'll write a book report and memorize 20 new vocabulary words. Now, I love reading just like she did, and I hope you also enjoy reading. During the hardest times in my life, reading saved me. When I had no friends, I always had books. This was one of my favorites. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. It's about a black girl in the South who's gone through rough times. Why do you think she might have liked that story? Maybe it's because the author of the story, Maya Angelou, was writing about something she knew about. She grew up in the South and she went through some rough times too. Sometimes it's really cool to read a story and have people in the story live a life like yours. Maybe as you listen to my stories, you'll see yourself in the storybooks and make connections to them, just like Oprah was making connections to the books that she was reading. Books can be a gift that lets you see yourself. They can open you to new possibilities. Even when I'm reading about someone different, I feel connected to them, which helps me understand more about myself. One day at school, the Reverend Jesse Jackson came to speak. For me, it was the speech of a lifetime. He talked about how so many in the civil rights movement had paved the way so that black students could receive the same education as white students. Excellence is the best way to push forward. Therefore, be excellent. That night, I turned his words into a poster and stuck it to my mirror. Be excellent. Throughout my life, I would never stop trying to be excellent in effort, in giving, in graciousness. I try to make everything I do my personal best. Wow, what a great goal. Always do your best and do it with excellence. In high school, I was vice president of my senior class and voted most popular. I promised better food in the cafeteria and a live band at prom. That girl can speak. Then I won a college scholarship for my speech about the Black community and the Constitution. I presented it in front of 10,000 people. The Constitution should protect all of us, whatever our skin color. That girl can speak. But my biggest audience was still to come. When I was 16, to raise money for charity, I stopped by our local radio station. The DJ asked me, "Want to hear your voice on tape? Here, read this." Ahem. Fellas, you got to hear this. This girl can really speak. Wow, there are more people in her life that are believing in her, giving her opportunities, and inspiring her, helping her to become her very best. See all these people? I wonder what people are in your life. All those people help make a difference. The radio station started paying me $100 a week to read the news on air. By the time I was 19, still in college, I became the first woman and the first Black news anchor in Nashville. Back to you, Jerry. It might sound like I was an overnight hit, but success isn't a rocket ship. It's a process, step by step, that started in that church when I was 3. I practiced my public speaking skills every day. By 22, I was co-anchoring the news in Baltimore, the 10th largest TV audience in the country. It didn't go well. The producers wanted to change how I looked. "Your hair is too long and you're not the right size." "Oh, and your nose is too wide." Oh my goodness, look at how she feels. She feels discouraged and sad that they want her to change something about the way she looks. She's been made to look the way she is by God. She's just right the way she is. That was not kind of him to say that. They hated my hair so much, they sent me to a fancy salon to change it. "We'll make you look amazing." But the hairdressers didn't know how to handle Black hair. So, all my hair fell out. Oh my goodness, how would you feel if all your hair fell out because you were listening to the advice of these people who didn't know how to take care of it? Oh my goodness, I would freak out, just like she is. That is so scary. I couldn't find a wig that fit my head, so I wore scarves for months. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember, but our self-worth shouldn't come from how we look. That's not all the station tried to change. After doing a story on a family whose house burned down in a fire, I went back the next day to give them some blankets. "Thank you so much." "Why'd you give them blankets?" "They lost everything. They needed help." "That's not how the news works. You can't be part of the story." "The story? We need to be good human beings." My bosses said I was too emotional, but growing up the way I did helped me understand what others were going through. Now, that's called empathy, where she knows what it was like to not have very much, so she was being kind and generous and giving, and they weren't happy about it. Does that mean she should stop doing that because they're mad about it? No, she's got to be courageous and keep doing what she knows is the right thing. Soon after that, I was fired from being a news anchor. Do you think that was fair? No, I don't think so either. She was fired for doing good? Unacceptable. But you know what? It's their loss. She's about to do some cool things. But the station was getting ready to launch a talk show, and a new manager thought I'd be the perfect person for the job. Oh, wow. So she's losing that position, but another door is opening. She really cares what people are saying. That's not a weakness, it's her strength. How did you get the idea for soft serve ice cream? This is Gail King, and this is Tom Carvel. Finally, I'd found my calling. The secret to the show's success was simple. All I had to do was be myself. There's nothing more beautiful than being understood and understanding someone else. I hear you. You know, I struggle with how I look too. Do you? You look like you need a hug. Thank you, Oprah. After 6 years in Baltimore, I moved to an even bigger city, Chicago. Soon the network turned my half-hour show into a full hour. They also gave it a new name, The Oprah Winfrey Show. Whether I was interviewing presidents, movie stars, or regular people, my approach never changed. I let people speak, and I let them know I was listening. Millions of others listened along with me. I was the first Black woman to have a nationwide TV program. For 21 years, we were number one in our time slot. This happened to me. To me too. That's how I feel. That happens to me all the time. And me. I was thinking the same thing. I love that she's just being herself, and by being herself, she connects with all these people. My team didn't stop there. In addition to the TV show, we also built a book club. Maya Angelou, the author of the book I loved when I was little. It's good to see you. If Oprah likes the book, you know it's good. A magazine, my own television network, and even my own studio, Harpo Productions, to make films and TV shows I believe in. Action. Like the name Harpo? It's my name spelled backwards. Oh, that's cool. I had no idea. I did not know that at all. I'm only the third woman in history and the first Black woman to own a studio. Still, greatness doesn't come from fame. Where does it come from then? Let's read. It comes from helping others. Look, she's helping big sisters. You need to learn a new vocabulary word every day. Look, she's giving college scholarships. The Oprah Scholars Program at Morehouse College. Look, she's donating to the United Negro College Fund. She's helping pass the Oprah Bill, the National Child Protection Act. Cars! She's giving away cars. You get a car and you get a car. She's helping homeless pets get adopted. Oh, puppies. She's funding schools, women's shelters, a clinic, children's shelters. She's helping those affected by coronavirus. Oprah's Angel Network to help women and children rise to their potential. $20 million to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. And wait until you see what she does around the world. Wow, look at all those people that Oprah is helping. She's using the things that she has to do good in the world. That's very encouraging. In South Africa, I also built the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. It's a school where academically gifted girls from at-risk backgrounds can get amazing educations. Oprah has built 55 schools in 12 different countries. This is Nelson Mandela. Like me when I was little, these girls just need a chance. Someone to unlock the talent inside them and tell them they can do it. In my life, I was told my skin was too dark, my body was the wrong size, and that I cared too much about people. There is no such thing. This is who I am, and it's all I need to be. I love that about her. She is proud of who she is, and I love how they put her back in the place she started, in her church, where her faith in Jesus helped motivate her to do the things that she's done. It's easy to worry about what others think, but don't let anyone define you. Don't let them tell you you aren't enough. The only person you need to be is you. Take it from me. It's the greatest gift you can give yourself. The Oprah Winfrey Show is the most successful talk show in history. Did you know Oprah has produced over 30 films and appeared in 15, including The Color Purple? She was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. In 2013, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Oprah has been called the greatest Black philanthropist in history. And most of her donations are given anonymously, so people don't even know all the good work she's done. Everyone has a story to tell. You do too. When you share your story with others, something becomes clear. You're not alone. The more we talk, the more we connect. The more we listen, the more we learn. Here's Gwen Eiffel, Carol Simpson, Michelle Norris, Robin Roberts, Barbara Walters, Yamiche Alcindor, Rachel Ray, Brene Brown, and Melba Tolliver. I am Oprah Winfrey, and I know that to live your best life, you need to be your true self. Oh, look at these cool pictures of Oprah. She says, look inward. The loving begins with you. how beautiful she is. Oh, she's so cute. Here's her as a young girl. Here's her with her mother, Vernita Lee. And here's Oprah with students at the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. And here's a timeline of her life so far. Wow, thank you so much for reading along with me. I'm so proud of you for making it all the way to the end where you learned all about Oprah Winfrey's life. If you'd like to pass on the goodness and have someone else enjoy this just like you did, click the like button so more people can see the story. And if you want to get the next story before anyone else, click the subscribe button right now. Until next time, friends, have a great day. Bye.